If you're on any of the major social media platforms, then you've most likely come across this format of content, street style interviews, and they're popular because they work both organically and as ads. Now, to create them in real life, you'd need quite a few things: an interviewee, an interviewer, someone behind the camera, and if you're in London, a sunny day. But thanks to the crazy advancements of Gen AI, you can now create realistic looking street style interviews sitting at a desk. Take a look at this.
You look really fit for your age. What's your secret?
Oh, thank you. Honestly, I wasn't always like this. It's only recently that I've started taking care of my health.
So in today's video, I will walk you through how to create these AI street style interviews. This is going to be both an in-depth but also a very simple and easy to understand tutorial. Creating AI UGC in 2026 isn't hard anymore. There is no secret formula, there is no secret prompting methodology. In fact, a lot of this information is quite literally open to the public. The skill set needed to create AI UGC of any form is the ability to test in large volume. For this video, we're going to use two very specific tools: Sora from ChatGPT and Google's Veo 3.1 plus Nano Banana. And for each of the models, we're going to create an avatar in a street style setting without our product and one with our product. It would look something like this. Let's start with Sora. I'm going to access Sora through heyezra.ai. You can access Sora through sora.chatgpt.com. However, this comes with a few problems. First is, if you're in Europe like myself, you need a VPN. Second, even after I connect to a VPN, the Sora platform in itself is quite clunky and it's not free. You will have to pay for the credits. And anything that you create within the Sora app will have this ugly Sora watermark, which is fairly difficult to get rid of. So for those reasons, I personally prefer using an app like Hey Ezra, where you not only have access to models like Sora, but quite a few other models, and the pricing is decent. You're not paying $10 per AI UGC video. This Sora video will cost you 140 credits. You pay $5 for a Sora UGC video. My starting point would be create AI UGC, and then under video models, I am looking for Sora Storyboard. Now, the reason why I'm looking for Sora Storyboard is because the standard Sora that's available to the public allows you to only create for a duration of 12 seconds, whereas Sora Storyboard allows you to create videos up to 25 seconds. Next, we need our prompt. Now here, I have a gem specifically designed to be a Sora prompt enhancer, and I'll quickly show you how I built the gem. Essentially done is taking this Sora to prompt and guide, and I have gone over to Claude and I've asked Claude to turn that into a PDF, and then once I have the PDF, I've simply uploaded that to Gemini's knowledge base. So inside of Gemini, this is how I'm prompting. Very simple. First, I describe what I want to create, which is a street style interview. Then I describe my avatar of a man in his 50s, muscular built with grey hair, and is wearing a vest. He's mid-run and gets stopped by the interviewer. So the interviewer asks him, behind the camera not visible in the video, "You look really fit for your age, what's your secret?" And then the man in fame replies, "Oh, thank you. Honestly, I wasn't like this. It's only recently that I've started taking care of my health." Now, we're pushing it a little bit. If you stick to this, interviewer asks a question and then the interviewee responds, AI does this really well. I personally like to push it further, where I want the interviewer to then ask again, like, nice, what's changed in the last 2 years? And I think those little nuances really make your AI UGC look more realistic. I'll explain my thought process as I go further into the video, and then the man replies, "Nothing crazy. I started doing 3 things: calisthenics, supplementing with ashwagandha, lion's mane, and sleeping better." Now, if you're a supplement brand or you have an app, this can be a perfect way to introduce any one of these, or actually all 3 of these, to your unaware or even your problem-aware audience. Next, I'm just going to drop that into Gemini and let it do its magic. And boom, you've got your prompt. And I'm just going to quickly take a look at that. Everything looks good. Then I head back to Sora Storyboard and drop that in here. If you want to create a Sora video up to 25 seconds, you need to have a minimum of 2 scenes, and each scene is a maximum of 12.5 seconds. So one thing you've got to make sure is that this entire interaction will fit within 12.5 seconds. Looking at it, I don't think this entire conversation will fit. So what I'm going to do next is just copy this bit here, or actually cut it and then bring it down to the second scene And I'm not going to write this entire prompt again. All I'm going to say is within the same scene, then drop this. I'm just going to say same man, same interviewer, because sometimes with AI, there is just no way to know whether or not it's going to hallucinate. But this looks good to me. Both scenes are 12.5 seconds each. Next, I'm going to hit generate. Now, this entire tutorial is going to be raw, unedited, because when I watch a lot of these AI UGC videos on the internet, what they do is they put in this perfect prompt, this perfect structure, and then they generate, but at the end, they won't show the reality of AI UGC, you know, the failed renders, because there's most likely a failed render. So when you look at that polished end result, or at least for me, when I was looking at the polished end result, I was super confused because I kept thinking I'm doing exactly as a lot of these YouTubers online in this AI UGC space have recommended, but why am I getting these bad renders? And I just want to put it out there that getting bad results with AI is more common than you think. And just to show you the reality of creating AI UGC, I won't be editing out the results. So the second thing we want to do is to create the same street style interview, but this time with the avatar holding my product. And the process for Sora is again the same. Click on create AI video. I'm already inside of Sora 2 Pro Storyboard. I've got both my scenes populated. The only thing I'll change here is upload an image of my product. Now with Sora, one thing you've got to be careful. If you upload an image of a human, Sora will flag it and your video will not render. So make sure you upload only product shots if you want your product to be included in your AI UGC. So just to keep things simple, so the same person says nothing crazy. I started doing 3 things, started calisthenics and started drinking this drink. I'm just going to add inside of the prompt under actions, he is holding the can in his hand. Just to make it more real, he's on the run, he's holding the can in his hand, he gets stopped and then is being interviewed, and then eventually he goes on to say he does these 3 things. Let's generate that. Alright, so we've got the results. Let's take a look.
You look really fit for your age. What's your secret?
Oh, thank you. Honestly, I wasn't always like this. It's only recently that I've started taking care of my health.
Nice. What's changed in the last 2 years?
Nothing crazy. I started doing 3 things. First, I got into calisthenics, just body weight stuff in the park. Second, I began supplementing with ashwagandha and lion's mane.
There's a little weird text element at the top. Now, overall vibe of the video visually looks realistic. The way the person's speaking, not a big fan. Obviously, in post-processing or editing, you can overlay this with a B-roll to sort of get rid of that issue, but yeah, let's watch the rest of the video.
And third, I started taking my sleep seriously. Those 3 little changes made a huge difference. Now I feel better in my 50s than I did in my 30s.
Overall, I'd give this like a 7 out of 10. For me personally, I would probably regenerate this whole video again. Let's watch the video with the actual product placement.
You look really fit for your age. What's your secret?
Oh, thank you. Honestly, I wasn't always like this. It's only recently that I've started taking care of my health.
Nice. What's changed in the last 2 years?
Nothing crazy. I started doing 3 things. First, calisthenics every morning. Second, I added a couple of good supplements, ashwagandha and lion's mane. And third, I started drinking this trip drink. It's blood orange and rosemary with magnesium, keeps me calm and focused, makes the workouts way more enjoyable.
Love it. Appreciate you sharing.
Right away, I'd say a lot more realistic looking, the way the person's holding the product, the voice, the sound, it's obviously a lot more realistic. I'd give this a solid 8 out of 10. There are certain things that give it away that this isn't real. The finger movements around this bit here. But then again, a lot of this can be edited in post-process and made to look a lot more realistic. I do want to regenerate the first video again. And to do that, I'd simply, again, go back into Create AI Video, look for Sora Storyboard, same process, 2 scenes, 12.5 seconds each. I've got Gemini prompt, but here I will change a few things. So doing the same thing again, copying and pasting the prompt. For the voice, I didn't really like the voice, so I am gonna specify an accent. So the man and the interviewer speaks in an American accent. Hopefully that makes things better. I'm going to go ahead and render this one more time. I will show you the results of this video by the end. Let's move on to the second section, a combination of Veo 3.1 and Nano Banana. This is sort of the old way of doing things where you would create an avatar in a specific setting using Nano Banana and then turn it into a video using Veo 3.1. Personally, I don't like using this model because at the time of recording, there is nothing out there that can beat the Sora model, including Kling V3. I've tested all of them. But just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm still going to go ahead and sort of whiz through that legacy method. So you would, inside of Ezra, click on Create AI UGC. Inside of here, you can either create your own character or you can choose from a preset of 500 plus avatars. I'm just going to choose some female, mature or elderly avatars. Let's just go ahead, choose a few of them. Next, I select the style. So this essentially dictates what my avatar will be doing in that image. So if I have this toggle on, make avatar interact with product, my avatar will be holding my product. And if I turn it off, then essentially I have all of these styles where my avatar won't be holding my product. And just to show you, there's quite a few things, like from your avatar holding your product, a POV shot, close-up shot, over the shoulder shot, all the way to your avatar in a car or a concert. Let's turn this interaction toggle off. I want no product inside of my image. Then I'm going to choose street style interview. I've selected 5. I can select up to 20 different avatars. Let's just select 5 for this video. Click on review and generate. So this is step number 1 of this entire process, where we're creating our avatars using Nano. And this is what my Nano Banana images look like. So I've got a bunch of these avatars in a street style interview setting. Now to turn them into a video inside of Ezra, I can simply click on video, and under video models, look for either Veo 3.1 or Veo 3.1 Pro. The Pro version is slightly more expensive, but from my testing, I've seen that it delivers much better result. Now, major issue with Veo 3.1 is the 8-second limit. You cannot create videos beyond 8 seconds, and the only way for you to have anything above 8 seconds is to create multiple versions and sort of stitch them together in post-process, which is an absolute nightmare. I feel like at this point I'm almost hating on Veo 3. Now, with the prompting proprietary to the app itself, there is this function of enhanced prompt, so you can type in your prompt in simple English without having to use something like a prompt enhancer that's inside of Gemini. My prompt is interviewer, who is not in frame, so I've very clearly specified that. Asks, your skin looks really good for your age. Can I ask what's your secret? I'm going to quickly add a negative prompt in bracket, and that is the person in the frame does not say this dialogue. So the person in frame responds, oh thanks, honestly it's because I've started supplementing with ashwagandha. Now don't roast me for my script writing, because I am paying zero attention to the actual script. This prompt looks good enough for me. I've selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different avatars, and I'm gonna hit generate. Alright, so majority of my Veo 3 videos have finished rendering. Let's take a look.
Oh, thanks. Honestly, it's because I've started supplementing with ashwagandha.
That's terrible. That's just terrible. See, this is what I mean. This is a very common recurring issue with Veo 3, and that is interviewee becomes the interviewer, meaning the same person's asking the questions and also answering the questions. Let's take a look at a few more.
Oh, thanks. Honestly, it's because I've started supplementing with ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha.
So if you were to have a text bubble pop up and you don't really care about the interviewer asking the question, then this can sort of start as a response from the interviewee and then you go into the ad. That could work. I think you guys might already know which model's the winner. Do let me know in the comment section down below. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to me as a small creator. But that's all from me for today, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.
You look really fit for your age. What's your secret?
Oh, thank you. Honestly, I wasn't always like this. It's only recently that I've started taking care of my health.
Nice. What's changed in the last 2 years?
Nothing crazy. I started doing 3 things. Started calisthenics, supplementing with ashwagandha and lion's mane, and sleeping better.